Well, here we are at Horseshoe. We're gonna go see if we can catch some red snapper. Seems like a beautiful day. Gotta get the hang of this gimbal. See what happens. Well, here we are catching bait.
Trying to catch bait.
Trying to catch bait, that's right. So far, our live well ain't working. The anchor winch wasn't working, but it started working.
It was a bony piece.
So we got some.
Damn. You nailed that sucker.
I need a little one.
Some in there. We are about, when we left Horseshoe it said 8 miles to get here, so we're about 8 miles from Horseshoe, which is way over there. And
Yeah, that's the problem with the freeze.
here's the death.
What they do.
Give me a couple more minutes.
Ain't that amazing? Then we'll head out to 40, no, we're gonna head out to 50 feet first.
I'm just, it's where it's coming
And then usually it gets choppier in the afternoon. So in the afternoon we work our way in, and by the time we're done we're usually closer.
It's hard to get that shit that small.
Seems like a beautiful day.
That's the problem with the freeze.
Hopefully it stays this way.
Cut that one in
Yeah,
there.
yeah, you can.
That yellow I think he's dead already.
Might catch maybe like 20 pinfish or so. So see some clouds up there. I haven't checked the radar, but those look real far away. And we're heading uh-oh. There comes a blue runner. There comes a blue runner. That'll be good bait.
That's a hell of a bait.
Yeah.
Ain't it, Bruce?
Yeah, mine ain't.
What was that?
Black bass.
Oh, baby sea bass.
I'm allowed to keep them.
Nope.
No, but we picked up that one for bait, Bruce.
No, we don't keep those.
That's
Nice blue runner. Yeah, that's a big
that's why
one.
I'm trying to stay out for rain don't get me tangled with it.
That's a big one. That'll make good bait. Good cut bait there.
Had to sink
Cut
it,
bait
it
my
can't
ass.
You ain't gonna throw that
The
down.
hell I ain't. And I'm gonna catch the mother.
All right, we'll make sure we get that on camera.
You damn right get that one on camera.
Isn't it a bloody fish?
They're kind of bloody, yeah.
Man, get them cars.
That's a big one. Look at his hand. He's gonna use the whole thing for bait.
Let's go.
All right. We will get back later.
Want to get from
Little fat gag.
Little gag. We finally made it to the spot,
Holy shit.
and we've been non-stop. There goes my buddy there. Get him, Carl. That's a nice one. Ooh, that's a nice one.
I got
Oh,
off.
he just got off.
I need a pair of pliers.
Look at that. You can see Carl's fish
Hold on a minute.
right here.
He's busy. That was a nice one there, Richard.
Yeah. Fish all down in there. Look at that. And we are like 28 miles from Horseshoe. There's a difference.
Oh yeah, get ready, Rick. We got a keeper here.
Nice.
We ain't moving yet, Rick. He's got to be 24. Is that what they got to be now? 24?
24.
Yeah.
22.
22.
24.
That's what I thought.
Is it 24?
That's what I thought. Yeah. He might not be a keeper. He's gonna be close.
Used to be 22.
Yeah, used to be. My wife's pussy used to be tight too.
Nice fight, huh, Dwayne?
Yeah, better. I don't think he'll make it.
About 23.
Yeah, I thought he was a little short.
It'll be 24.
Yeah,
23.
what I figured.
Damn.
Put him back, Rick. You got one. Huh?
That ain't as good as you think it is, though. There it is.
The red grouper.
Where is it? Yeah, it's red grouper.
Yeah, you got it. What do you use? Deadbait?
Yep, very small.
Might have to go down the whole rig and come back this an hour.
Yep, it's a gag. Small gag.
Just
cut a chunk.
We'll joke the hell out of it.
I'm out of bait.
Hey, by the way, we got a spot here for my other buddy that's missing. We got your rod up there. It's waiting for you.
Chris.
That's right.
Bait. Bait. Get some bait.
That's funny.
All right, we'll see. Piece of a ladyfish right here.
I don't want to check the bait.
Still going down. Ladyfish, cut ladyfish. There he is. That was on that cut ladyfish.
Oh yeah, that's a keeper, Rick. Nice. That's 21.
Oh yeah. Boy, that one hit it hard.
This is a red juice.
It might be a keeper, John.
Nope, don't look like it. Well, our blue runner died, but he's still going on the hook, the whole thing.
I'm up out of the road too.
Something actually took that big thing.
That was that jack that he caught earlier that he said.
Told you, didn't I?
Yep. Let me get the net.
Shark.
No, that ain't fighting like a shark.
No. Big group.
A shark would have already gone either left, right, or out.
Can you anchor the vessel over?
Come on, Dwayne. That's a grouper. That's a big grouper. No, I don't think. Because, you know, the red snappers, they'll go around and...
I thought I heard him lost. He was right there.
What was it?
He's right there.
You can see it.
He's a
It's a
gag.
grouper.
Big gag. Boy, that's a big gag. Jesus Christ.
Look at that one.
He ain't going nowhere. He swallowed the hook.
And that's how you do it, fellas.
I've got a question for you guys that none of us has thought of.
Damn.
What do you reckon? Laugh at me now.
I think he's too big. He's over the limit. We gotta throw him back.
Richard,
Yeah,
when's gag season come in?
that's right. They closed it. Holy shit.
No, fuck
Wait,
you,
look at the
fuck
hook.
you.
Look
No,
at the
I'm
hook.
serious, Dwayne.
Look here. Here's-
Look at the hook.
Yep, barely hooked. No, I'm serious on that. I think gag is closed.
Alright, the ladyfish head. So I guess I'm just gonna take one. I was dropping it and all of a sudden it just took off and I flipped the bail. Whew. That was a nice one.
I'll let you use mine, so I'll keep what's problem.
Oh, there we go. It ain't that big. Oh!
Richard got a hold of good.
Broke me off.
Broke him off. Might be sharp.
We don't get a bite here in like 5 minutes, we'll move. There we go.
Yeah.
Off
there's
the
a-
bottom.
There's a good one.
There's another one. Ladyfish. 23.5 inches. They gotta be 24.
Good group. Good red group. Any big in here, I'd have him. Rich got another nice one.
Nah, he ain't that big.
You know, I like it. He said, cut me. There he is. Red grouper, ain't it?
Yeah, this one might be a keeper.
I know the first one.
No, it's not.
He caught about 12 inches.
Going back down. I've caught 4 grouper with it. Ladyfish head.
I caught some running in the boat.
Well, we moved several times. The bite has slowed down, way down.
Yeah.
There's no current.
Yeah, I know it.
Actually, we're anchored. We ain't moving.
No, we're not moving at all.
But yeah, look at the seaweed and all that stuff. It's actually going forward.
Right.
It's towards Horseshoe, ain't it?
Horseshoe is that way. You can always tell which way land is because there's always clouds over land. If you look out towards the ocean, you don't see no clouds. But then when you look towards land, see the clouds.
So that's got to be land over that way?
Yeah, wherever. Yep, all that.
Clouds are?
Yep. And since we're in the Big Bend, this is where it bends, and then see the clouds way all the way. That's like Cedar Key, all going down that way.
I put my boat in one time to Cedar Key and it didn't show me much.
I want to show the size of the grunts that we catch out here. Look at this.
That's one of the bigger ones though.
Yeah. Big grunt.
Well,
When you're with somebody fishing and they put their snacks on the cutting board, that's a true fisherman. Hey! We always throw salt water in with the ice to make sure everything stays. The fish are completely submerged in cold water, iced water actually. So there's no hot spots on them or nothing. Sometimes when you throw fish on top of the ice, inside a cooler with just ice, and you just throw the fish on there, and you keep piling them up on top of each other, it gets to a point where the fish in the middle kind of get warm, and you can actually see white spots on them, and that's just heat spots. So we like putting them inside ice water, the whole fish submerged in ice water. And this blood right here, before we put the big groupers in there, any big fish, we cut their throat and let them bleed out. The meat will still have some blood, but it won't have nothing compared to the way it is if you don't bleed them. All right, well, see you next time. Thank you. fastest way to flush out the motor. I live by the river, so it's a lot easier. It ain't easier, it's just better because at the same time, besides the motor, I got the trailer in the water. So the rims, the axles, the leaf springs, everything goes into the fresh water. So I rinse everything else. So while I'm here, then I crank up the motor, rinse that out, and then at the same time I turn on my pump, and then I hose off the boat with the fresh water. And while I'm doing that, it's also running fresh water through my pump, so the salt water doesn't stay inside of it. Makes it a lot, makes things last a little longer. They still don't last as long, but instead of having to replace the leaf springs every year, it's like every 2 years. Alright, river's getting clear. This one, the Swanee, look how clear it is. I'm ready to go diving in this one. Hey. Alright guys, I'm going to show you how I process the grunts. The grouper and all that, basically the same thing. This will be the grunts. You're going to need a lot of paper towels. So, here's how I do it. I use an electric fillet knife. I just flip over the meat. And here's the fillet. It still has the bones in it, the rib cage, but I usually, when I'm doing the whole thing, I'll do all of these right here, so I can give my hand a break, because after a little while it hurts from pushing so hard. So then I get this fillet, I put it like this, rib cage facing me, the head part, and then the smooth part upwards. And if you run your fingernail along the bloodline, you'll hit the very first rib cage bone. I don't know if you could hear it right there, which is funny because if you were to cut along this rib cage, how people do it, and they go this way, you still leave these bones that are right in here. So if you do it this way, you can actually feel that bone right there. So then I just cut right above the bone, go like this, then you can actually flip it over. See what I'm talking about? Somebody else would have cut right along here, but there's still some bones left in here. So then I just go like this way, and that's it. Absolutely no bones, nothing. So then a lot of people don't care about this bloodline. I do. My mom doesn't care. She says it tastes the same to me. So what I do is I cut right above the bloodline, see, and here's the whole meat right here. And as you can see, no blood. Look how nice and white. These are the pink mouth grunts. So then I go a little step further. I cut that bloodline out, kind of hard. Take this bloodline out, and here we have a little nugget if you want to. If you don't want to go through the trouble, you don't have to. But then this bloodline here, by the time I'm done with all these fish, I'll have a pile of it like this big, and we just cook it, give it to the dogs. So, but here you go, that's how I eat them. By the time you clean 20 grunts or so, you have about 40 of these things. I've been cleaning fish for, I can't even remember how long, so I could do 30-40 grunts. I could do them in about an hour. I could have it completely processed, vacuum sealed, everything. So when I'm done with this part, cleaning all these, then I'll get back to you and I will show you the rest of the process. Another thing, make sure the knife doesn't slip out of your hand when you're cleaning the fish. Well, here we go, the next step. After you fillet them, took out the bones, did everything, rinse them out real good. Then I let it sit in the sink for a little while because you don't want no water in them. And I put a paper towel underneath, line them up just like that. Then put another paper towel over them. Make sure that they're nice and dry before I vacuum seal them. So when they're vacuum sealed, they're completely dry. A lot of people think that, or they say, which it does work, because see water, well they say freeze them in, here's what we leave for the dogs. They say freeze them, and I still got more fish in the cooler to clean. They say freeze them in water, like those milk jugs or whatever. They just say freeze the fillets in water. And it's true. It prevents it from being freezer burn, because what causes freezer burn is air. So if they're submerged in water, there's no air touching the meat. Therefore, no freezer burn. So, but here's what happens though. Fish absorbs the fillets, they get full of water inside. So if you freeze them with water, when water freezes, water expands. When it expands, it breaks all the fibers inside the fillets. Micro little cracks all in the fibers and everything. See how sticky they are already? Nice and dry. It expands all the, whatever expands, cracks all the fibers, breaks everything in there, kind of, you know. So then when you fry them, if you're going to cook them in a different way, but when you fry them, that's when you get that mushy fish, because it was all that frozen water. So if they're completely dry, when you fry them, there ain't no water inside of them. They never got frozen with water. So when you fry them, when you deep fry them, however you fry them, there's nothing torn, there's no moisture inside of them, and that's how you get that real crispy, flaky fish. So that's my way of doing it. Might not be the right way, but that's the way I've done it forever. My family, friends, neighbors, everybody that gets fish, they always tell me, man, that's the best fish I've ever eaten. And what is it? Pink mouth grunts. You can see the meat's nice and white. Look at that. And like I said, my mom doesn't care about the bloodline, so these have bloodlines on them. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, just ask. I'll be glad to help. Alright, until next time. Here's the fish we eat for tonight. Okay, paper towel. They've already been dried. Paper towel, fillets. I don't put them touching each other so they don't hold the moisture. Then another paper towel, another layer, and then that's how we put them in the refrigerator. Then tonight, then I'll just take them out, batter them. I just use whatever, breadcrumbs or flour, and just deep fry them, and that's it. That's the way I do it. Here's the dogs. It's still the same, no bones, nothing, and there's still a ton of fish in here to clean. So, and the cut, you might ask, well, wouldn't stop bleeding, and I didn't want to go in the house and put a band-aid or nothing, so done.